leaning into the third day. So as you can see, we actually met up with a sidekick here. Sarah Croft is her name. She is a kind of a bookish girl. She has a dog, a greyhound, that's about the same height as her sprite, actually. It's pretty funny. And she doesn't have much self-confidence. So hopefully we'll be able to talk to her, get to know her, and boost her confidence and make her just as outspoken and boisterous as Miley herself. So without further ado, we will begin here. Let's see what we can do. We're going to watch TV. Oh yeah, we'll read a magazine maybe. No. Yeah, we'll go do some more homework. I think it's good to get the homework out of the way at the start of spring break rather than leaving it till the last minute. I wonder if there's a way actually of gauging how much homework you've done over the course of it. I mean, I'm sure there is. There's probably a very easy way to find out, but I suppose time and experience will tell. A lot of it's kind of about learning at this stage. I don't really know or don't have too much of a handle on what's going on. So let's see what's going on here with this lady. You should what is it? Oh, okay, well, fair enough. If we go back to the dorm here, it says that time will pass, so we can kind of do nothing for a day, I suppose, if we want it. But I think it's better to explore and to see if we can maybe come across one of our classmates to talk to. You seem to have targets for recruitment, so it's not quite what I thought it would be, in that you can't just sort of pick and choose anybody to be part of your comedy club. But I suppose the trick will come in when you figure out by talking to people that maybe you can recruit them. So I don't know if it's the case that more people will present themselves to you, or if it's the case that you can kind of, wing it as you go. We'll have to see. So Octavia doesn't have much to say here. I don't know. Oh, we can go play some video games though. That sounds good. In Mock Spin, that's a good name. Kind of brings to mind something like Afterburner. Mock Spin, good name for a like a hero or something in a comic book. That'd be a good name. Mock Spin. Mark Spin? Have a sort of a pun thing going on? I don't know. Don't know what that store is there. The world is mine. I'm not sure. I suppose I could find out at some point. So let's go to the park. I'd imagine that's a good place. No, wait. Alright. I decided to go back to the main street just to see what's up with Harriet here. Hey, how's it going? What video game should we buy next? So, maybe Sarah would like a video game for the dorm. As per usual, she wants to see if there's like a stand-up comedy board game. I don't know. I don't know what that would really play like. Kind of like Itadaki Street or one of those sort of things. Or maybe like a Monopoly, like a home Monopoly, but you would tell jokes, and as Harriet points out there, other people would clap or heckle. See if you get points. I'd say that would be decided by dice rolls. Not the actual strength of your jokes. I'd imagine the jokes would be pre-written if you were to make a board game like that. So let's see what's going on here. You can actually read magazines for free in the library, which is pretty cool. You can only read one magazine at a go, though. I've discovered doing some reading. So that's neat, but it means that you can still rely on buying magazines each week to get your various talking points up. Let's see what's going on here. Here's this young man. He's talking about back when he was a kid, he likes to climb the walls. So I wonder what happened to his adventurous spirit, that he's not climbing the walls anymore. We get to meet him. Now, I'm sorry about this, but it seems that on the capture, a big old mouse cursor appeared in the middle of the screen here. I don't quite know how to get rid of it, so that's a bit annoying. I'm trying to move it here and it's not doing anything, so bear with that if you can. That's good that we can talk to Miley here, or not to Miley, sorry, to Sarah, see what's going on. So now we have a choice between different things that we can look at. We have cooking, whodunits, chit chat. So Wisdom would tell me that maybe she'd like the more intellectual pursuits. Perhaps history would be of interest to her, but it's certainly not giving us any indication as to whether or not it is of interest. Back at the dorm now in the evening. Let's see what's going on. Take a rest at the end of the day. Go and get something in the dining room with Dinah. It's not a very good pun, really. So far, the comedy in this game hasn't been great, I don't think. It's more sort of a, chuckle kind of thing rather than laugh all the time. But we can donate bottles to her, which is neat. I think if you donate 10, you get a prize or something, or some monies. So once you use them, you can give them back to her and you'll maybe get some monies. Still have a fair amount of homework to do. Those are at the bottom of the screen. I should probably get on that. Let's try and make some money. Hard at work. $4.50. Wonderful. Of course, the money in this is handled kind of strangely, because when you go into your shops and whatnot, it shows up as like 1100, which would be, I suppose, $11, but it doesn't kind of indicate that to you. Like some things, they're all priced in hundreds to, I suppose, reflect the yen. It's a real pity about this mouse. I don't know what's going on here. It must be the capture software. MSI Afterburner. In the thread, people have been recommending other things. I found Afterburner to be pretty useful most of the time for doing the commentary at the same time. It's good. So again, another Star Wars thing. I don't know. I'm not, as I said, I'm not overly familiar with Star Wars. So I don't know if that's supposed to get a laugh. I don't know if a lot of this is to do with, memes and things, and if it's sort of laugh on recognition. I find that kind of stuff to be quite tiring anyway. They should be able to get some good jokes in themselves if it's well written. But it's what you're dealing with as well in terms of the material. I mean, you don't want to translate it too crazily, because then you might get away from something that made the original game charming. And I don't know if this was necessarily super cool when it was first released. In fact, I don't know much about it, but let's talk to her about pets. I mean, she has a dog, so she probably really liked that. And you're right, there we go. Oh, I'm right even. She did enjoy it. Those little sounds are good. Look at this, we spent the whole morning on the street talking about dogs, or pets in general, I suppose. I can't really picture Miley with a pet. I wonder what kind of pet she has. That stuffed bunny in her room, but I suspect that could be Harriet's. So buy some things here. As you can see, that's what I was talking about with the currency there, but it's clearly yen prices. I have to say, I think the menus in this are quite well done. The designs are quite good for the menus. Oh, look at this guy. He's pretty mysterious. Does he want to say anything? Now, I don't know. Someone told me many years ago that when you see a ... like that, or ellipses, you're supposed to go like, ugh. But I don't know if that's really true. But in my mind, I still kind of, if I see someone do that and that's the only thing they're saying, I kind of go, ugh. So that's what that boy was saying. Back to the dorm again. Kind of trying to fly through a few of these sections and get the time up. They say time flies when you have fun. Hey, Rudy. Oh, you're a good boy. It's Rolly, actually. Rudy would be a better name for a dog. Rolly's a little bit of a strange name for a dog that big. He doesn't even seem that fat a dog. I don't have any bottles left. No, I could have sworn I don't know, maybe you have to use the tea. I thought it kind of uses automatically, but my fatigue is still pretty Hi. There's that bunny I was telling you about. Kind of looks like one of those Junko Mizuno designs. She did some stuff for Disney, and she did a pretty cool comic, Cinderella, it was called. It's kind of a weird, cute and grotesque Godzilla Cinderella story. These two guys here have nothing that interesting to say. Here I am back in the mart. See if I can't buy some stuff. Got some of that matcha choco or mocha choco, which I'm excited to drink. Like anything with a mocha choco, really. You see, and I'm not sure if I don't think it's using it because, well, I did have 3 fatigue there some time ago, but now I don't have as many or as much fatigue, so I don't know if that was because of sleeping or what, but actually you'll see here that I can go into my bag, so maybe I can use things here. Don't seem to be able to use the... Oh, wait. Ah, there we go. Great. Maybe I should have done those tutorials earlier. It's funny about this mouse as well. Just being in the way here. The cursor. Covering up those fantastic facial expressions. Oh, look at this. I can see what I'm good at. That's cool. Look at that. That's straight out of Persona 4. The the menu there. Pretty funny. Okay, so it pretty much highlights what kind of stuff she's into once you kind of figure it out. So I'd imagine a book or something would be a good way to go with her, seeing as she talks about how she likes to read. Nothing here. And I hate to keep kind of bringing up Persona 4, but it is a lot like those sections where you're running across the riverbank there. Just even the perspective, you know, when you could just run the main character near the river. You could talk to people each day and things. It's a lot like that. Let's see what's going on here. It's too sweet. Who's that? An older guy. Isn't that Stan the Comedy Man? I know that face anywhere. I wonder if it's him. Whatever the reason, I can't miss this chance. Oh, there we go. Pan. Huh? How may I help you? I was watching the... Are you Stan the Comedy Man? So, as opposed to Stan the Comedy Man. I'm just average high school student, Miss Miley Versi. So, just really inspired by her. Why, thank you. I'm honoured to have such a fan. So it just brings you to his town. Actually, I live here. Oh, really? So, I suppose he might live in here, maybe. Perhaps. I don't know. Oh, wait now. He has a son. And he goes to Miley's high school here. So, the son of Stan the Comedy Man, Stan the comedy boy, perhaps, or the comedy teen, could be a valuable asset, I think, to any comedy club, but particularly the Cherry Tree High Comedy Club, given that, you know, if he goes there already, I mean, that makes some good sense. How are we going to figure this out? Well, let's see what's up with Sarah anyway. I think it's a good idea to keep plugging away, and now with my newfound sort of foresight into this, I might go for whodunits. I think might be a good tactic with her. Oh, grew closer to her, so there you go. Bang. Unlocking the Arcana persona, or whatever it is, as we go on. Let's see. Is there anywhere you wanted to go? So you could. Let's see. She's been off to the tourist sites. She would like to go to the cemetery. Sounds a bit creepy. Whenever, when you're, you know, when you're this kind of person, I bet she likes the Smiths. I would say those are those kind of bands are totally up her alley. Maybe not the Cure, but definitely the Smiths. I would say. So we'll go get some. We'll go do another thing that Miley wants to do instead. This is all sort of coming along now. Crunch sickles. I don't really know what a crunch sickle would be. I think it would be some sort of popsicle with chocolate flavoring around, maybe, to make it crunchy. Kind of like a, I don't know, maybe some chocolate coating and some rice bits or something of that same sort of consistency to make it crunch a little. Hard to know. Oh, so music, complex mathematics. So perhaps that's an avenue to take, but it might be a sore spot given that she ended up dating herself. So, you know, I mean, I think that it's up to Miley really to help her, and I think comedy clubs, stand-up comedy in general, great way for her to face this self-doubt and find her own niche and purpose in the world. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think that definitely should be okay. So this is a little bit of a confusing concept. You can call your friends in the evening, as far as I understand it, but I don't see why you'd need to trade numbers with Sarah, given that you live in the same house as her. But, you know, whatever. It's the afternoon now. What to do from here on in. Let's talk to these kids. Hey. Oh, here we go. Gonna do her Power Rangers impression. It's good. Kids seem to like that. Eating their rock candy. Watching Miley do a dance. Let's talk to Sarah again here. So Octavia seems to be kind of butting in a little bit here and helping Sarah out somewhat. I imagine that Octavia will eventually come round to Miley. I mean, they were childhood buddies, so I don't see why she wouldn't eventually rekindle some of that. It's night time now. I like that, the dog noise. I'd like to think that's Rolly making that noise. Let's go see how he's doing. He's a good boy. He is a good boy. Let's see what's going on in here. Hey, Dinah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Dinah doesn't seem like the most happy of dorm mistresses. It's, I don't know, matrons? Dorm matrons. I never went to boarding school, but I imagine that, you know, it's kind of like that in a lot of places, I would say. Hey, what's up? Maybe I'll just save the game here. See how we're doing for time. What are we at? That's annoying that it doesn't kind of show you. So we're at 48. Keep going for a while longer anyway. What are we going to do? Oh, go to sleep early. Try and get rid of some of that fatigue. And now it's up and at them again. Time to face the world. Win the day. Let's see what Octavia's up to. Maybe she can help us out with something. Let's talk. Huh. Yeah, that's somewhat funny. I like the little snippiness between them. It, as I said, the first episode, it reminds me of the TV version of Anne of Green Gables with Megan Follows, where she'd, you know, she was sort of a fiery character, and they'd have good banter between the kids and that. So that's kind of brings to mind that, but you know, obviously it loses something without the voices. Let's see what's going on in the library here. See if we can't get some magazines going. Here we are, famous people of treasure. Yeah. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, that's good thinking there. See now, I suppose that's where it's sort of led is better when you're led towards that, because I pretty would have picked up a magazine about, I don't know, model planes. Instead, we're finding out all about the comedy team. Coleman here just to see the season records. Isn't it time you agree the silly detective phase of yours? If you were in a murder mystery novel, I bet you'd be the first victim. Oh, what do you mean? I'd be the detective. Haha. There you go, both of them think highly of themselves. See, they're not so different after all. It's time for a little less of that attitude, Octavia. Curtis Campbell is the son of the comedy man. Now, Curtis doesn't quite have the same rhyming potential as Stan the comedy man. Curtis, you see, you can't really, the comedy what? The comedy, anyone could suggest something. That'd be good. Curtis, the comedy what? Only time will tell. I bet you that'll be a good joke. See, I think this could be Curtis. We just need to be introduced to him, because look, he's always talking about how he used to climb around here when he's a lad. Did Campbell not say that he lived in there? Or Stan? Did Stan not say he lived in there, or was he talking about somewhere else? I'm not sure. Let's see what we could talk about. How about video games? I don't know. Everyone likes those, right? Oh, I guess not. Oh my god. Thank goodness you're here. Oh, what's wrong? There's a pale, scary person in black lying on the front edge. Oh no. All in black. Don't tell me. Death. Should have never taken that notebook. Why did you do that? No one wants to be near death. Don't worry. Just leave it to me. So, I suppose that was a reference again to Death Note. Something other. God, that's crazy hair there. It's a mysterious girl. Oh, it's Cindy. Hey, it's you. What are you doing here, Cindy? Ah, they recognize one another. So, a woman from your past. So she hasn't eaten since yesterday. A vagrant. Or she kind of reminds me of a young kind of what's her name? Debbie Harry. Look wise, anyway. Maybe without the pink hair, obviously, but it's okay. Dinah's a soft touch, I think. She just plays hardball. Cindy's not very good with the old eye contact, you'll notice. So, she's having a bad time. I see, there you go. Dinah has a soft touch. She's taken in Cindy, even though she acted a little bit hostile at the beginning with the food. She has no problem with letting her stay here, you know. Yeah, I think that's right, yeah. Dinah is cool. Now we'll see what's going on here. Yeah, it's someone from the past. Yeah, so she was always like this. This music in the background is nice. It's kind of got a little vocal track going on. It's pretty good. Guys seem like really good friends. She may be bad, but she's kind of rad. What's with the rapping? Now, I don't know if that was... That to me did not initially seem like a rap, but once you read it, I suppose it could be. So... maybe she could be a new prospective member of the club. I think that makes sense. Once they introduce someone with a name, I would imagine that eventually they become eligible to be snapped up and brought into the comedy club. with the ultimate goal probably being Octavia, because once you get her, you probably wouldn't need anyone else. Just gonna sleep on the floor. No, wait. That's a better idea. And I'd imagine this is Sarah. So I wonder if this is dependent on how close you are with Sarah. Would she flat out sort of say no had I not engaged with her? It's interesting to think about those permeations. It's also interesting to think about how much work this game probably was to do in terms of RPG Maker, which, as far as I'm aware, you can do some pretty neat things with it, but messing around with RPG Maker 95 or so back in the day, I don't really remember anything to the scope of this. Obviously, with newer versions, it's probably got much more complicated and thus easier in a way, like more complex in terms of the stuff you can do. But I'd imagine, given the nature of, I suppose I might find out if win anything in this contest. You never know. So what's going on here is that Harriet is just talking to us about the day, why we seem kind of distant. She wants to know if we're doing our homework, and she says that, May is coming up, so gotta be careful. So with that, we'll give it a save. We'll come back later. This was I always mess this up. Cherry Town High Comedy Club. CHTCC. You next time.